Hi guys, welcome to book date number 3. Yes, this is book update number 3 for my 19 books in 2019 challenge. So I'm not doing this alone. The lovely Wacky World of Lottie started this in collaboration with Museum Girl 135. There are now a few of us. There's been a couple of us actually join afterwards. I think I joined in like 2 or 3 weeks in. So yeah, I'm absolutely enjoying this challenge so far. I'm loving it. I have now rediscovered my love for books again, so I'm very, very grateful of this challenge. And also it means I'm working my way through all of my book collection. So guys, I have already done an intro video explaining all of the books that I've chosen for this challenge and a bit about it. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it for you so you can go ahead and check it out. And like I say, this is now book update number 3, so if you haven't watched the other 2 updates, then please do head over and check them out too. So once I finish a book, the idea is to come and let you all know and tell you which book is coming up next. I tell you my thoughts on the book, answering a series of questions. I have decided to do things slightly different in that I'm not going to give you spoilers, just in case I pass my books on to somebody else in the challenge that's going to add it to their challenge. I wouldn't want to spoil it for them reading the book after me. I know that I could probably tell people that a spoiler's coming, but I felt that I would take things down a different avenue and do my video a little bit different by answering a series of questions that I've set up myself, and I'm going to be answering those same questions in every update and give you my honest opinions. So I have my questions written down on a piece of paper and I'm just going to read from that, so I will look down because when I finish a book, I put it to one side ready with the next block of videos to record. I don't record a video every single time I upload. I actually record my videos in blocks of about 5 or 6, which means that if I've only just done a block and I've then finished a book, I then have to wait to do the next block of videos. I then have to edit it and squeeze it in to my schedule, and then everyone can watch it. So by the time you see this video, I may well have even finished the next book because it's quite a small one. So the book I have just finished now is called Paula Hawkins' The Girl on the Train. Now, one thing I can say that I'm really chuffed to bits about is that the first 2 books that I have finished, I have now posted on to 2 of the other lovely ladies included in this challenge. So I've posted one of my books off to the lovely Nikki Pearson and another one off to Sparkly Princess Lynette. I really do hope you both enjoy your books when you receive them, if you're watching this. I can honestly say the first 2 books that I've read in my challenge I thoroughly enjoyed, and I hope you girls do too. Might not be for you, but it definitely was my cup of tea. So let's get on with the questions for this book, shall we? So this is book number 3, as I've said. So the first question is, and it's question 1 of 7, do you like the cover and why? If I'm being completely honest about it, if you look at it, my answer to this is it's okay, but it's not really anything special. I don't dislike it, I just don't think it's that exciting really. Number 2 is, did you enjoy it? And the answer to that is yes, I certainly did enjoy it. It was a good book. So number 3 is, did you enjoy this book as much as you hoped you would? And my answer to that simply is, I didn't really gain much of a picture from the blurb, so I guess not really. Yeah, I suppose I should say no. So the next question is, would you recommend this book to other people? And my answer to that is, yeah, sure, why not? It is a good book, so yeah, I would. The next question is, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the lowest, what would you rate this book? Now, the previous 2 books that I finished, I rated both of them a 1, and that was simply because they were amazing. Now, much as I enjoyed this book, I don't think it warrants giving it a 1. So this book I'm going to give a 2. I liked it, but it didn't blow me away. So next up, my question is, describe this book in 3 words. And my 3 words were gripping, predictable and average. And the reason for being predictable is answered in the last question, which is the next question. So the last and final question, which I like to answer because I personally like to know about the end of a book. That's something that sells it for me. I like something that's really interesting from start to finish. So I like to know that the end is interesting. So this is what I felt about the ending. I personally was disappointed because I had actually guessed at the ending. So sadly, I suppose I was right, which means that it was kind of predictable. However, this book is good. There was a point where it was very hard for me to continue reading due to the nature of it, but it wasn't too bad in the end. So all I can say to you is if you are really sensitive, then there might be a part of it that you'll find a little bit difficult, but I've had some life experiences which made it a bit difficult for me. However, it wasn't as bad as I first thought. So I can only suggest to you that if you really think you're that sensitive, not to read it. However, just, I suppose I kind of want to reassure people that harsh as it might be, that harshness and that upset doesn't last very long. So it was okay for me. So I hope that whoever may read this after watching my video doesn't struggle with it. Perhaps reading some reviews online as well as watching my video might help you to decide whether this book's going to be for you, because we're all different, and maybe me saying it wasn't that bad might not be your idea of how you'd perceive it, so I might not be right. We can't all have the same opinions and think the same way. So that is my roundup of The Girl on the Train. So the next book that I'm going to read from my 19 books is the Terry Pratchett's book, The World of Pooh. Now, I think one person has actually suggested that I do read quite quickly, and the reason for that is that I can be bedbound and I've got some chronic illnesses. So I'm stuck in my bedroom a lot, so I have to find things to entertain myself when I can't get about or move the way I'd want to. And one of them things is reading for me now, as well as doing some crochet. I'm currently making a scarf for one of my boys. I just pick it up and put it down when I've had enough and when I can't cope with doing anymore. It does hurt, but I think sometimes you find this inner strength when it's something for your children, when you are keen to make them happy. So yeah, reading is something that I've been doing quite a bit, and if it's a book I like, I really do struggle to put it down. So yeah, because of my chronic fatigue syndrome, my sleeping patterns are all over the place, so it doesn't necessarily match up with the rest of the family's sleeping patterns. So quite often I'm awake through hours where the rest of the house is all sleeping. So I just sit and read. So I do have a target of reading 30 pages per day, but quite frequently I'll read more than that because I've got the time on my hands to do that. So yeah, it's just the way things work, and we all kind of work at our own rate, and we all have very different lifestyles, so it really doesn't matter and shouldn't be compared how quickly somebody gets through a book to the next person. It doesn't mean that we enjoy books any more or any less than the next person. It's just fun. I have had quite a tough time with my health over the last couple of weeks, so I've just become quite absorbed in books. That's kind of been the thing that's got me by, which is why I've picked them up so much over these last couple of weeks. So yeah, I've been quite absorbed, and yeah, I suppose I am getting through them that little bit quicker, but they may change again, and I hope that isn't a problem to you. You might find that once things have settled for me that my updates will slow down a little bit. So yeah, please do look out for my next update. Please do give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this update, and also If you haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate if you did. It does appear that over 60% of my viewers aren't actually subscribed to my channel, and if you do subscribe and turn that notification bell on, you will actually receive notifications every time I upload. So of course I wouldn't want you to miss videos if you're actually enjoying them. So thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all again very soon. Goodbye.